Okay, well, let's move on to today's adoptable dog who may change someone else's life out there. And I want to tell you about this animal shelter he's from. It's called the Cuyahoga County Animal Shelter. They're located in Ohio. And they first caught my attention because a viewer actually sent me an article about a story that happened there. It was by a guy named David who decided that he was going to bring burgers to every animal stuck in the shelter because they deserve a little treat. So he showed up with 100 burgers. Now, he did this because another rescuer who actually lived in Kansas used to rescue dogs in shelters, and every time he'd go and get a dog out of a shelter, he'd give them a freedom burger. So thank you, David. Thank you, Cuyahoga County Animal Shelter, for doing so much to help these animals in need. And now let's try to get one adopted. His name is Pistachio, and he's joining us with Mindy from the shelter. Did I say it right, Mindy? Cuyahoga,
yes,
right?
You did. Yes, Cuyahoga County Animal Shelter.
I'd been practicing. Thank you.
Good,
so
good.
Tell us a little bit about Pistachio. He's kind of a celebrity. He's a big deal.
He is a big deal. So Pistachio is an 8-year-old beagle mix. He's making his little debut here, so all the viewers can see him. He recently went on a local news station here to try and get adopted, and just happened to meet Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg was here in the Cleveland area and ran into Pistachio and became quick buddies. So not only does he need a home, he's got a little bit of a famous story to tell when he goes there.
I love it. And tell us a little bit more about Pistachio, because his nose in the camera right now is just too cute for words.
So he is an 8-year-old beagle mix. He's been with us since early August. He has a little bit of a sad story. He came in with some masses that we removed, and unfortunately they came back positive for a lymphoma. So we started treating him for cancer. So he will need to go home with a family that knows that they're going to love him for the rest of his life, but that time is undetermined at this point. But he's got a lot of life to live. As you can see, he's jumping and running around. He's loving these treats that he's getting right now. And he wants to spend the holidays at home with somebody and not here in the shelter any longer.
And he deserves it. He's been there too long. It's been a couple of months, so let's get him out. He still obviously has a lot of punky energy that he wants to share with somebody. So thank you again, Mindy, for keeping him safe until he finds his adoption ever after. Hopefully someone out there will rush on over and scoop him up. They can find out more at CuyahogaDogs.com. You can always head to your local rescue or shelter, no matter where you live as well. Bring home an animal or 2 or 3 for the holidays and give them an adoption ever after that they deserve. And we have a wonderful dog that you may be interested in adopting and hopefully can change your life. His name is Pistachio, and he's a very famous dog. He actually got to meet a very famous rapper named Snoop Dogg because Pistachio went to a local news show in Ohio where he's up for adoption and ran into Snoop Dogg. So it was a pretty cool experience for him. So if you go and get Pistachio, he has some clout to his name. So let me tell you a little bit about him. He's 8 years old. He's located at the Cuyahoga County Animal Shelter in Valley View, Ohio. He's a beagle mix. He came into the county shelter in early August. He was a stray. Now, he did have some masses on him, and unfortunately, they did turn out to have some cancer cells in them. So he's being treated for cancer, but he still has a lot of energy and a lot of love, and he's only 8 years old. So hopefully someone out there with a very patient, loving heart and home will take him in and give him lots of love and treats and laps for, the next few years, as long as he's got to give. So please, to find out more on Pistachio, go to CuyahogaDogs.com or head to your local rescue or shelter and adopt an animal that's going to change your life and just give them an adoption ever after that they're craving, because they all deserve that second chance.